Welcome everyone to another episode of Sedona Woo Taboo. I'm Susie Byler, founder of the Creation Temple, and I'm here today with Marissa Gagliardi. She's an herbalist and a
plant medicine
integration coach. Thank you for the prompt. We're going to talk today about ayahuasca. This is one of those big topics in the spiritual community. And I've never done it myself, so I wanted to bring in an expert.
I don't think anyone's an expert.
Well, you have a great deal of study, more than I do.
Yes.
I've never felt drawn to it personally, and my perception of it is that it's kind of a harsh path. People tell me stories of, throwing up and diarrhea and all this stuff, and I'm just not into that. I'm hard enough on myself throughout my journey, so I don't feel like I need a plant medicine to do that for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very interested in some of the nuanced aspects of this plant medicine. And so why don't we start out with you telling us what an ayahuasca ceremony is? Let's start there.
Sure.
Okay.
You really never know what you're going to get. I have a friend and mentor and teacher who often says, ayahuasca is sort of 80-20. It's 20% your intention and 80% what she thinks you need for your growth.
So like the plant takes over.
And I think it's really important to share, so many people think that they hear these miraculous stories of healing,
mm-hmm.
and they think that it's a cure-all, or they
mm-hmm.
think that they're going to go down to Costa Rica, stay at the center that they saw in a movie,
mm-hmm.
and they're going to get their miracle.
Yeah.
And I have the utmost respect for the spirit of this plant and the magic and the technology of how it works. Mm-hmm. And miracles absolutely happen. I've had them myself.
Yeah.
And I also think it's really important for people to understand that the miracle actually is made tangible in this reality by the work that we do before and after.
I'm
integration.
I'm glad you're bringing this up, Marissa, because it's a form of, it's this thing we do as humans, we externalize. Oh, well, this thing will take care of it for me, instead of us actually doing the inner work required. We're hopeful that, if we just take this pill.
If you're not doing your work, going and sitting isn't going to be beneficial, and she'll make sure of it. She can, this is tricky because she can be prophetic, and she can also just be real, real tricky. And she can show you things that you think are prophetic, but actually she is just being tricky. But I have been shown these times.
Yeah.
And so when all this started to unfold, I thought,
oh, here we are.
Oh, I thought we had more time than this. Okay.
It's funny because for me, I was like, finally.
Right.
Like we knew something was going to happen. Finally, it's happening. It's going to be messy. It's going to be chaotic. It's not going to be pretty, but finally it's happening.
Then you can take it even further, is there are actually brujas, witches, people down there who actually use that space to do harm.
So really listen to that still small voice, and if it raises a one red flag, run away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say don't put ayahuasca on this pedestal. Yes, she has the loudest voice. Yes, she's considered the grandmother of all plants, but there's all these other friends whose voices are just as important and valid.
Love that.
Yeah.
And I just want to ask, if someone does want to start hearing the messages from plants, what would you recommend? What's the first step? I know there's so many different ways to go about this, like purifying yourself and all of that, but
pick the plant that you feel the most called to, because that calling is there for a reason. A lot of times it's actually the plant trying to get your attention.
Love it.
Get as clear and as centered as you can and sit down in front of the plant. That's if I were to do it with this beautiful plant. Sit down with the plant and sort of meditate, and then imagine your field expanding and imagine it expanding around the plant, and then just tune
almost
in.
like enveloping the plant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like allowing it into your bubble.
Okay.